Okay guys, good morning. So today we are looking at USEG. Our leading gapper is actually MARPS. So let's take a look at MARPS. I already drew some trend lines pre-market. MARPS is kind of sideways. It was climbing pre-market here. Oh, it's still pre-market, right? But it was climbing for a bit some minutes ago, or about half an hour ago or an hour ago. Or several hours ago actually. Oh no, yeah, 2 hours ago, so my bad. So it was climbing pretty well, and now it's just, dipping lower, held some resistance here at 750, then it bounced all the way back to 850, and now it's just trading within the small range here. 8 is somewhat of a support level. As you can see, it bounced here about 3 times, but now it's trending lower. So 5-minute doesn't look super hot on it right now, same with the 10-minute, but you can possibly see this one pop up here at open, but I think it might just reject, so we're gonna wait on a better setup for this one. Let's see, USEG, same thing, fading below. The daily doesn't look good at all. I know it's actually I guess opening higher, gapped up, but I don't know, it doesn't look super good. Let's see, MARPS is moving now. Market just opened. TISI was another one we had on watch. Let me see. See what I want to do here. I want to first see if it's going to hold its level. So the high here is 820. Spreads aren't that bad. Keep those in mind. 10 minutes dipping below. It's about to break its 10-minute low. Just broke its 10 minutes low there. It's by a couple cents. Let's see if this can pop above VWAP. We can take an entry here. The break of this high of 820. So 8 is the whole dollar. It's right at VWAP is right there as well. Now it's back above 8. For a quick second here. I'm gonna buy here at 803, try to get filled here. No fill at all. Yikes. Good thing. Wow, I canceled it just in time. Oh my god, look at that quick flash down. That was what timing, insane, right? So you saw a quick pop up to 8, I think 12 or 815 for a second, and then an immediate flush down to 770. So that was that was pretty tricky right there. USEG is popping up though. It's curling towards VWAP. This has been a common move we've seen, is a MACD curl, but also moves towards VWAP. These have been more common, I'd say, recently. So we can watch the 5-minute on this one for that move up to VWAP, which is about 30 cents. Just want to make sure that this one's at least gonna, trade higher. I don't want to see it turn around. AMPY, one we were trading yesterday. This one's above VWAP now. Not a big move. It's about a 10-cent move here. Oh, well, not anymore. Pretty whippy. Oh, shoot. Let me turn on my mobile dashboard. I completely forgot about Twitch. Give me a second. Okay. So AMPY is now above VWAP. I would overall be going for the break of this high, the daily high of 375. It's not too far away, but I want to make sure that this will actually hold VWAP. You can see it's here at 350 right now, finishing kind of low. Still got about 20 seconds left on the candle though. REI is also popping on the scans. I don't mind REI here actually. REI doesn't look too bad. AMPY next 1 minute's about to open. Okay, so I'm not gonna treat that one yet. REI, I'm gonna look for a pullback entry. So this might be the pullback candle I'm looking for. We're gonna go ahead and get an entry here. Heading more towards VWAP, about a 4-cent spread as well. I don't really like that for this slow of a mover. Let's see, in this entire range, it made like a 20-cent move here in 3 candles. So see if it's gonna hold this level. I mean, it's holding pretty well right now, so it's looking pretty good. Let's check on our leading gapper, MARPS. MARPS curling back above VWAP here. Once once again. Let's see if it's, oh, well, I was about to say, let's see if it rejects or holds. There's another rejection on MARPS. Don't like to see that. Still wait on it, still on watch. Leading gapper, but it's failing, so REI here for the break. I'm gonna get in here on REI at 388 for the break of the 1 minute high. If it breaks this 1 minute low of 83, I'm out. So probably a little early on my entry, that's okay. I might even wait. If it can touch VWAP and not break so far below, I might even wait for the next 1 minute to break the, let me see, not the 5 minute high, but I'm gonna go for this break of the, well, maybe even the, I was gonna say whole dollar, but there's 83. Quick dip to 83, but it's still holding this 80s level, which I like. High here is 91, so I don't know. Should my target be for $4 for the whole dollar break? It's holding this level right now. I'm still at 88. Want to see it finish high though. So open lower there. I didn't like that. 89. I'm just gonna sell right there at 89. Well, I totally regret that now. So I had seen it open low. It popped up to 89. It kind of got stuck, and then I was like, I'm not really feeling it. But obviously, it popped to 92. Either way, that was like what, a 4-cent move. I barely would have made any money on that at all. So, it was the break I was looking for though. The overall target of 91. So it broke to 92. It shows 93 here, but I saw 92 on the ask. So, down $8, I guess. Let's go to MARPS. MARPS is still towards VWAP here. The 10-minute doesn't look that bad, actually. It has to get above VWAP and hold, though. But 2 times already it's broken above. It's just rejected massively. So let's see if this can somewhat, find its groove above VWAP. See, is this going to be another rejection here? Because although it rejected 2 times, it's still holding the 770 level. There's a break above. Let's see if we can get this to hold. Maybe it might make a move similar to PALT, where it just rips through and went to a halt. I don't think so, but I mean, the potential's there. So now it's back below VWAP. Finishing pretty low. Still got a couple minutes on this candle, or a couple seconds, I mean. Honestly, this could pull back once more, and then we could see another 1 minute high rip, because the 10-minute doesn't look bad. I actually kind of like the 10-minute, and this is holding above VWAP right now. It's at 8. So far, so good. MACD just crossed as well, which I didn't even realize till right now, but MACD on the 10-minute just crossed to the downside. But like I said, the 10-minute looks pretty good for an upside push. High here is 820. We can get a rip to 820. The next target would be 850. We don't have much resistance until like 840, but overall 850 would be the main target to go for. Let's see, this is holding pretty well. Not a whole lot of sellers stacked. There's a lot of 820 though. 818, 820. I'm gonna buy in here actually, so I gotta fill at 8 there. Still gonna hold. Want to see this get back above 8s. Don't want to see it flush on me here. I'm gonna have to stop out there. So stopped out at 88. I was up about 5 cents to start, but kind of dipped on me. I could have held through the dip, but I didn't want to see a nasty flush like it had done in the first 2 candles. So stopped out there for $50 loss. But I'm still gonna be watching. The 10-minute. I'm still confident in the 10-minute. Even the 5-minute setup doesn't look too bad. This is still holding around the VWAP area, so it looks pretty clean. I just don't want to see it continue breaking lower. I want to see this hold above VWAP and finish high. So there's a break of the 1-minute low. Now if we can see this back above VWAP, that would look perfect. Okay, so a lot of sellers stacked at 8. Want to see if we can break above 8 and hold at least like the 805 level, so we can see continuation on the 10 and 5-minute. Because the 10-minute high is 820 here, we're going to go for that break. So there's 8. Broke above 8 for a second there, 803. 804. I'm going to buy back in here at 799. I'm selling there because there was a huge seller stacked at 810. See if we can get another entry here. There's a break, 812, 2-cent break. I didn't like to see that huge seller stacked right there. Still big sellers at 820. So 812. Look at that. Oh, look at that. What a massive move right there. I was about to say I can get in again on a micro pullback, but I decided not to. So perfect entry, but I sold way too quick on that move. I could have held it. Oh, that's another thing I just realized. I should have held it because I wasn't losing on the trade yet. Ugh. So there's 850. Wow, look at that rip. So perfect entry, as I mentioned on the 10-minute. I was going for the high of 820 here, but I really regret that trade now. Okay, so we have a pullback here. Massive pullback on the 1-minute. Let's see if we can get a second pullback candle here. If we can get a second pullback candle, I don't want to see a pullback to VWAP again. It's gonna suck. Just sideways consolidation is what I'd prefer. It might even break this high, 858. But where my next target would be, it's at resistance right now on the daily. So the next target would be the high here of 9. So knowing that this thing just ripped from 8 to 850 right there in just one candle, I mean, this thing definitely has potential to break its high here on the daily. But it's also rejected this level 2 different times. So let's see. Sideways consolidation on this candle so far, which I like. Looking pretty strong to me. I'm going to try and get in here on a dip. See if this can pull back to 820 or about 830, low 830s. So I can get in. There's 850. Big seller stacked at 850. I don't like that. Got about 10 more seconds on this candle. See if we can get another pullback. Big spreads right now. I'm going to get in here at 44. 45 actually. We're going for the 850 break. There's 60. Sold right there. So went for that 1-minute high break. Nice move there. Got in on a micro pullback at 845. I was trying to get in at 43, but oh well. So definitely brought my loss down from 50 to $5. So that was a good trade, I think. I had the exact same idea on a micro pullback entry here on this candle, but I just didn't, take action on it. I was just thinking about it. So in hindsight, I wish I would have taken this entry. This was a much more significant break than, you know, the candle I was just in on. However, you know, it just shot up basically the same as ALT, or PALT, my bad. PALT did the exact same move, curling towards VWAP, and then it was kind of hovering here, and then boom, huge rip. So similar move. I just completely forgot about it. And, you know, I sold right here, as I mentioned earlier, because there was a huge seller on the ask. So with that big seller there, I wasn't feeling comfortable. I don't want to see it flush like it did in these two other candles. But similar to PALT, like I had just said, it had what, like 7 or 8 massive red candles, 2 big rejections, and then next thing you know, it curls towards VWAP and explodes. So pretty nice move there. I should have known better. Now I could potentially get in here once more for an entry of the 1 minute high break. But it's finishing kind of low on the 5 minute. It's also finishing kind of low on the 10 minute. I think if anything, this might be a false break, and it might just trend lower. If it was able to sideways consolidate and hold its level, then, you know, that would look pretty good. But now it broke 850, rejected 850, hit its resistance level up here, which is also why I sold, because this is a pretty big resistance level. Sold or rejected it. Now it's trading under the second resistance level here, and you can see here it's also rejecting. So it hit that level once more, but now it's kind of trending towards VWAP, which I don't really like to see. 5 minute just open, but it opened not necessarily low. But I think this next 5 minute has to be like it should be sideways and then finish high. That's what I like to see. If this can trend sideways and then finish high around the 850 level, this would look pretty solid for a move back up to 9. But even on the daily, it hit its 850 level, and that's a resistance line that I had drawn out. So I think this one's kind of just done for me. I think I might just wrap it up here, honestly, with a $5 loss. So I was down about 56, I think 57. Now I'm only down $5 or $6 about. So not a bad recovery, I'd say. Kind of sucks that I have a commission loss on REI. REI is trending higher here though. Nice move here. Super clean. Perfect pullback to VWAP and then a rip higher. So really nice move on REI, but just not the move I was hoping for when I took my entry. BTBT is popping on the scans here. Also a nice move there on BTBT. Sideways consolidation and then the break of this 1 minute high. That was clean. The TGP popping on the scans as well. TGP, you can go for the daily high break actually. It's just there's no volume on this one. It's less than 50K here. So that would be a nice position though. High here is 1724. It's about 10 cents away. Not too far. MARPS. So MARPS is rejecting the 850 level. Now it's pulling back towards VWAP. See if it's gonna, you know, hold or bounce up potentially to 850 once more. If we can see that, then I mean it looked great. Like if this candle just somehow rips to 840 like it's doing right now, actually, if it can hold that level and climb back up, then we could potentially see a better 5 minute candle here in the next 2 minutes, which would look really clean. I'm not too sure if I trust it though, if I'm being honest, just because the 1 minute MACD is kind of crawling back. It all depends on what it's going to do here within the next couple minutes. So it's holding this 840 level. Big sellers stacked at 845. A lot of sellers stacked at 855. I would like to see the 10 minute finish a little higher though. 10 minute high is 68. I'd want to see it finished around 50. That's a nice curl here actually. That's a really solid curl. Right off VWAP, tapped VWAP, and now it's curling, holding this 840 level once more. So this looks pretty good, I think. Looks pretty clean. I might get in once more here for the break of 850. I don't know. I'm kind of nervous because it's still at this resistance level here. It's triple topped about 3 times here, and then it broke above twice, and now it's kind of just rejecting. Not rejecting dramatically or anything, but it's kind of floating in this area. It's looking nice, but for some reason I have this feeling it's just gonna flush. So here it's crossing on the MACD. 10 minutes finishing kind of low. See if this can climb above and hit 850. So popped it for a second to 40 there. BT is popping on the scans a lot. Here's a pullback candle on BT. REI is popping on the scans as well. Nice. That was a nice move there. Break of 4. Let's go back to MARPS. So MARPS 1 minute opened pretty low there, I'd say. 5 minute doesn't look bad though. I just don't like how it's kind of sideways trending towards VWAP right now. Kind of tricky. If it breaks this low of this candle, which is 809, then for sure I think this one's gonna be on a downtrend. Because it's still holding this level, it's still kind of making higher lows, but see, the low of this candle's what? 809. So yeah, if it breaks 809, it'd have to break real quick and then pop back up. I wouldn't want to see this break and then continue on a downtrend. There's 820. REI's ripping through 4 though. 409 now. I think on this one I would have to take a bigger size because it's not a big mover. So I think if I am going to take an entry on this one, I would have to take a larger position just to have, some sort of profit. So I wouldn't want to trade and then, take a small loss on commissions how I did here. Like technically I won in that trade. I was profitable, but really I lost because of commission. So I didn't really make any money. And even if I did, I mean, it was $3. Like, whoa, crazy. It's really unfortunate that I did take a loss on MARPS though in the beginning. This candle, I was expecting a more significant break. I did take a re-entry here, but like I said, I sold because I'd seen a huge seller stack there. It was about a 100,000 share seller. I'm not sure. I just seen a big seller there. It might have been 10,000 share seller. Seen him stacked, and I just wasn't having it. I really didn't want to see a nasty flush like this. Didn't flush on me. It broke below VWAP, and then it bounced up on the next 1 minute, which I took another entry on. But I'm talking about the wrong candle. My bad. It did come back towards VWAP, but I still held my position. I knew, for the break A, it might snap through and then break lower and then, trend up later, which it did. But once I'd seen that seller stack, like I said, I sold it. I could have taken a re-entry here. I could have got in on micro pullback similar to what I did on this one. The only reason I didn't take that entry was because I wasn't really sure what it wanted to do. I knew it was holding 8. I knew it was holding VWAP. But I wasn't expecting such a big rip on it like the way it did. So there's another tap of 850 or 840 and pull back towards VWAP. Next 5 minute doesn't look terrible. If we can get this 5 minutes to finish high, that look great. But right now it's kind of just breaking on the 1 minute MACD, and now there's a break of 809. So break below 750. Could definitely buy the dip, but the halt level's right here. Break of 750 would definitely put this in a halt, I think. See if that ends up happening. So immediate rejection there. Don't like to see that. And honestly, I think that's kind of it for me today, if I'm being real here, because USEG's on a downtrend, second leading gapper there. TISI moving towards VWAP, but it's another slow mover. REI is the same thing, slow mover. I'd have to take bigger size on it. Now it's kind of just sideways. I think might even be pulling back here in the next couple candles. AMPY also in the scans, super sideways. Can definitely still go for the daily high break, but I don't know. I'm not feeling this one. Not a whole lot of volume. Nothing's really moving on this one. ENG, same thing, kind of dead. So MARPS is the one that's, that has all the attention right now. And with that being said, I think I'm just gonna wrap it up here. It's already coming into 9 or 10 o'clock, and I don't know. I made my loss back to an extent. I'm still down about $6, but I'm not gonna try and risk it here and try to make it back just to take another big loss. So definitely, if I took this trade right here at around 840 and it flushed on me like that, I would, I'd be down 100 something right now. So it's a good thing I didn't take this entry. Kind of figured it was on a downtrend just by the way it was consolidating here. But that's all right. So anyways, we're gonna wrap it up here. I'll see you guys tomorrow, and yeah, I don't know what I was gonna say. Anyways, see you guys tomorrow.